Check 1, 2. Here we are. Just got back from a gig. Literally got home, changed out of my suit, and here we are. Made myself a cup of decaf. It's time to dig in. Next section of stick control is short roll combinations, parentheses, single beat rolls, page 10. This is where we are now shifting between 8th notes and 16th notes. So the first one, alternating. I've noticed while watching back to the last two, I'll take this off. I think this is getting in the way. That my left arm is getting a little bit too much involved. Always tweaking. So for these, for the 4 singles, full strokes, staccato stroke, fastest velocity towards the pad as possible. Depending on the tempo, the 16th can be full stroke as well. You should definitely practice them this way. I can already feel it. It's a good workout. It's like I'm a personal trainer here. It's your Peloton session. We'll just start speeding it up a little bit. Let's go to half stroke. No, I'm not thinking staccato full velocity. I'm thinking more marcato. So a little more connected between strokes versus staccato. Thinking smoother. But still allowing the stick to come back up. My left hand, again, is kind of getting in the way a bit. One and two and three. A good way to check that your 16ths are even is put your left hand on a different sound. It should sound like 2 quarters and 4 eighths. Mid-tempo, fast. Same with the triplets. Now I'm just hearing these as 2 sounds. That's one sound, that's another sound. So now they're words. I got 2 words put together. So I am trying to keep them even, but I'm also thinking phrasing, they should have a little bit of a natural, like, pulse to them. A little bit of feel. I'm not accenting, just letting them breathe. So you do that 20 times. Number 2 starts with the left. Should also be, if you can hear it, if I turn the snares off, you should hear the sticks vibrating. There should be a noticeable pitch coming out of the sticks because you're holding them loose enough. If I hold them tight, I'm choking off the stick. So let it vibrate. I like it without the snares on. That'll help it flow. Left-hand lead, next one's doubles. My left hand definitely needs work. Kind of neglected it. That marcato stroke. So it goes down just through like basically stick control, the first page, 1 through 12, are playing the eighth notes, and then all the 16ths are singled, either start with the right or the left, depending on which hand's leading the exercise. Number 4 is doubles with the left. I've got to work on getting my left wrist to flex all the way up. At this point, I'm listening to sound more than, so the slower tempos, I'm watching my hand and being really cognizant of how everything feels, like physically. Once I get to the fast tempo, I'm just listening, making sure I like the sound of it. Number 4, number 5 are paradiddles. Feel some tension and some hitches in that one. Don't forget to breathe. So the whole time I'm just thinking of what's it sound like and then how relaxed can I be. Next one is inverted paradiddle. Stroke. Number 7 is the backwards paradiddle, so starting with the doubles. Hang on. So right, right, left, right, 3E and a 4E and a left, left, right, left, 3E and a 4E. Right, left, right, 3E and a 4E and a left, left, right, left. Then go half stroke marcato. Fast. Again, I'm thinking of these as sounds now. That's a sound. That's a sound. Sound. Number 8 is 3 with the right, 1 with the left. Half strokes. A little faster. Just checking to make sure my 8th notes and my 16th notes are not different rates. That should be the same. Same. All right, now still kind of felt a little hitchy. All right, next one, number 9, 3 with the left. Marcato half stroke. Fast. Check out your spacing. Number 10, 1 with the right, 3 with the left. Wait. Yeah. Starts to have a flow to it. So you can do the same thing with the other hand, and then number 12 is 4 with the right, 16ths, 4 with the left. So that's the first column. Am I using the base of my middle finger for the fulcrum? What's up, pal? Am I using? It's kind of it's a 3-fingered combo for this type of playing for me. It's definitely thumb, first finger, and then the middle finger is kind of the one that anchors it and does the turning. I really think about what it feels like. Thumb, first finger, and middle finger. That's the fulcrum point. They're kind of all involved. But I would say the fulcrum is the first finger. The middle finger is just the brake to keep it from, flinging back in my hand. Yeah, I'm definitely feel if I didn't use the middle finger, or if I didn't use the first finger, definitely couldn't do that. So it's a combination of all three for this tempo. So that's the first column. The second column, he leaves out the last 16th. Which has its own kind of strange kind of feel to it, that little pause. That's what the percussion in the Houston Symphony does too. That's cool. I think it's just for me, it's just what my hand wants to do. I think in marching band, I probably leaned more on the first finger, but that kind of wears me out. And then once I studied with one of Joe Morello's students, Keith McMichael, he hipped me to Joe Morello's approach, which kind of opened up the fulcrum a bunch. So that's where I'm at. So that whole column on second column on page 10 is just using that variation for the 16ths and then doing all the stickings. Which has its own kind of weirdness. So be careful with that, making sure that you're getting the flow happening with that little pause. But we're not going to do all of those because I'm going to move on to the double beat, which is page 11. So page 11, instead of single 16ths, it's doubles. And like before, when we were doing the triplets, when you play the faster version, you get a rebound. Which is for me where the fulcrum shifts a bit more towards the front of the hand. And that trigger finger starts to pull on the bottom to help make those doubles. So then the trigger finger and the middle finger kind of pull the double. So I like accept some rebound, but those two fingers are what give the double some integrity. So first one singles in a 9-stroke roll. half stroke, where I'm still using mostly wrist. To develop that quick twitching wrist motion. But then fast, you gotta bounce. I'm definitely pulling with that trigger finger. That's number one. Number two, just start with the left. Half stroke. Somebody tried to say on a comment that practicing stick control has no relevance to gigging on drum set. I didn't even bother responding because it doesn't make any sense. Stick control, this entire book, is to train your hands to do the essential strokes, wrist strokes, bounces, buzz rolls. If you can't play this stuff, you can't play anything, in my opinion. You could play dopey rock beats and be, I guess, okay, but still that involves full strokes, and so it's just crazy. I didn't even respond. I mean, it's kind of tedious and boring, but it's training. It's calisthenics. This isn't music, although it can be musical. Start thinking about flowing. Should have a smooth musical sound, some sort of inherent groove to it. But it is calisthenics. Doubles. It's kind of like, does a Major League Baseball pitcher never work on his throwing mechanics ever again? Does he never go through slow motion movements and work on each isolated movement, or does he just go out and just try to throw 100-mile-an-hour heaters all the time? It's kind of silly. So double, half stroke. Still using the wrist at that mid tempo as much as I can. One of these days I'll learn how to talk and play at the same time. And then fast, you gotta bounce. So this is a combination of wrist stroke double and then bouncing. Takes a lot of control to make sure those eighth note doubles are clean and snap from the wrist, but then the 16ths are rebound. And then starting with the left. Wrist strokes. I'm really trying to get my left to activate the wrist. It doesn't want to. And fast. It doesn't feel good at all. So I know that is one for me personally. Number 4 needs work. not terrible, but just doesn't flow, doesn't have a groove. So I'll keep working on it. Next one's paradiddle. Half stroke marcato. Fast. That feels okay. It's that double left. Not good. So on and so forth for that column. All the different eighth note stick control variations followed by double stroke roll. The number 12 is 4 with the right. Left. Right. Left. Medium tempo. Oop. Fast. These are tough. It's only page 11. So then the second column, just like on page 10, leave out one note so it becomes a 7-stroke roll. That 7 really becomes a sound when you get fast. I have to remember that drum rolls are our way of playing sustained sounds. One function of a drum roll. So if you think of that as being a sustained sound with a definitive separation, that's what helps me think of it as a sound. Number 1 or number 13, 14, start with the left. So again, the faster tempo, you should practice it slow. Times. Mid-tempo. 20 times. And then whatever your fast tempo is to get the bounce happening. So on and so forth. Same thing with all the different eighth note combinations. Some of these have a groove. That's the doubles with the right. There's definitely a groove to it. So that's how to do those 2 pages. Take your time with them. I'm kind of rushing through just to give you an overview, kind of study guide for this stuff. Things to look out for, things to focus on. The next page is buzz stroke rolls. So what is a buzz stroke roll? So the first one, eighth notes. And then you're gonna have to push and lean in. Hand gets kind of over the stick. I'm gonna get as many rebounds with a tight sound as possible, so they're not super wide. A continuous sound for as long as possible. So it takes a little bit of kind of sleight of hand. You have to push in to the pad, lean in a bit with the hand, pull with the trigger finger underneath. So that's the first one. It doesn't sound great, but it doesn't matter when you're doing the slow tempo. You're just trying to get as many buzzes as you possibly can from each hand and have it connect right to the next note. Because when you speed it up, go half stroke, starting to sound like a roll. When you get fast, now you're playing a close roll. Same concept, I'm thinking sound, 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 sound. Each group of 4 notes is a sound. And then starting with left. These exercises are good for reinforcing the pulse, the subdivision in your rolls, so you're not. The tendency for some people is to kind of lose sense of the subdivision and just play like random. Not good for keeping time. This forces you to keep a clean subdivision and pulse even when you're playing buzz rolls. Super important. Doubles. That's with the double. So you just, again, do all the variations with that, focusing on that density of your buzz and keeping steady subdivisions. Second column, the last note is a tap. It's not notated that way, so that's something that can be confusing if you don't understand how drum rolls are notated. So instead of buzzing all 4 notes, so it's singles, buzz, 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 tap. Add a tap on that 4th note. That gives you your 7. Mid-tempo. Fast. I mean, a few minutes of working on this page, your buzz roll is going to be much improved in terms of sound, density, and also control. Imagine that. And that's it. That's the bulk of this section, because the last page of this section is just combinations. It's like a review. Of all of them. Oh, doubles. I forgot the doubles. So it's a combination. It's like a summary. Then the buzz. Sevens. Faster. Little singles. Single sevens. Which is a weird sound. So I'm putting like a little pause. Which I gotta work out. All right, so all of these for me need to be cleaned up. Then doubles. The rebound. Just feel okay. Sevens. Just feel okay. Buzz. Just feel okay. Sevens. All right, so it's those single sevens. I'm not maintaining the consistency of the eighth note. So I gotta work on that. I can feel it now. So I found my weak spot for sure on this page is number 3 and 4. So that is it. That is it for the short roll section of stick control. Tons of stuff to be learned and developed and practiced there. Control of your single stroke 30-second notes. Control of your single stroke sevens that end with a gap at the end. Super hard. Your 9-stroke rolls, 7-stroke rolls, closed sevens. All that crucial information is in these three pages with a pretty challenging summary to go through. So that's the 4 pages of the short roll combinations, and the next thing is combinations of 16th note and triplets. So we'll be doing gear shifting with short rolls, doubles, singles, buzzes, triplets. So that is up in the ante. Then we get into flams. That's where the book gets really, really tough. So that is it for this one. Get to practice. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll be back next time for short rolls and triplets.